Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Rasheed Omari. I'm so privileged now to have Gianluca, our Vice President for Telco at EMEA level. So, Gianluca, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rasheed.
Yeah, hi.
Thanks a lot.
So,
Hi.
we are at Barcelona, Mobile World Congress.
Yes.
And it's your event. It's the Telco event, yeah?
It is a Telco event, of
Yeah.
course, the most exciting event of the year, I must confess.
Yeah. So, Gianluca, I know that you were very busy during the Mobile World Congress, meeting so many customers.
Yes.
So, just give us, what they are discussing with you. What's the vibes and what's happening in the industry?
The common theme is always the same, right? The situation in the market that can guide still our customer in reflecting how to optimize cost of operations, how to generate new revenue streams, and how they can optimize their balance sheet and their business in this respect.
Okay.
And we have been discussing a lot how the disruption in technology might possibly help in this journey, and topics like automation as the key element of how to generate cost savings and reduce cost of operations in the way the networks are managed and operated today is certainly one common element that came across multiple discussions.
Yes.
And the second one is about the programmability of the network as the element that can eventually generate new revenue streams, and what is the technology and the softwareization of the network and how the cloudification of the network can enable that. That was pretty much a common theme with everybody.
Yeah. And I think we were having meeting with Ragu and the key element, which is monetization.
Yes.
Because now 5G, I think it's also liberating, let's say, like the market,
Yes.
and open it for
Yes.
use cases, a new, let's say, dynamics as well, startups, and they are not only limited to the classical NIPS provider,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Correct.
So what do you think of that reflection into the market?
In the monetization space, first of all, everything that could be linked to edge use cases, that is still the start of the journey that more and more are becoming mature, is first one element. And the other element is, again, linked to the network, is how can the open interface, let's say, journey can attract, in particular, the ecosystem of developers that can leverage networks functions to put in place a new set of applications with specific characteristics. It could be low latency, high data crunching capabilities, and so therefore how our telco customers can monetize the opening API evolution and implementation of new technologies in this respect.
So, Gianluca, there is always a question about, there is a technology advancement as well, there is the readiness part. Readiness meaning from regulations, from people capacity, knowledge, as well ability to deliver on that big promise. As well, the standardization bodies is it being standard across the board? With all this, let's say, like 5G standards, as well now the Open RAN and the edge, where are we with this? Are we ready, or still the industry is maturing into that goal?
We are part of all the body of regulators and discussions in this respect, both from a technology point of view, but also from, let's say, more regulatory related aspects point of view, in particular where, for example, data management, data sovereignty, security is about. Everything we do develop is standard. We are part of any kind of ecosystems, including, by the way, collaborations we have with all the hyperscalers in this respect to generate solutions and stack that do fit into the standard of everything, as well as making sure that at standards definition, everything that is being defined, and I'm now referring in particular to the Open RAN space, is done in a form that is then easy to be implemented in respect to the outcome that from a business point of view this has to generate. And again, talking about programmability in the network, and particularly in the access, that this is done in a common form inside the whole ecosystem of the different players.
Yeah, I want to add more color to, if you allow us to add more color to the hyperscalers, because you mentioned hyperscalers.
Yeah, sure.
And now, like operators, they used to have managed their networks with also collaboration with the NIBs and other outsourcers. Now with the hyperscalers in the picture, and now moving to the edge, how really is that life going to be more complex? And what VMware is doing to simplify that space?
So first of all, when we're talking about hyperscalers, private network, public network, there isn't a solution that fits everything. Okay. And as much as this is valid in the traditional IT world, where you might have workloads that are suited to stay in the private and others that might be more, designed efficiently, performance-wise to stay, and cost-wise also to stay in public. The same it is for network functions. So then, the real evolution, the real world is what we call a smart clouds and hybrid world.
Yep.
So the collaboration that we are doing with the hyperscalers goes into this direction. And once again, the key element of this and the key ingredient of this is a consistency of infrastructure. We are going to use the same stack, either if it is in the private or in the public, so that it can enable, right, again, end-to-end management, end-to-end automation, but even workload moves back and forth. Yes, exactly, so that any customer can decide to optimize along the journey and on the learnings that they have in the implementation by moving easily and seamlessly workloads and networks without rewriting any time in the jump public-private.
Yeah, so Gianluca, if we give you the magic wand and we say, okay, you like to address something which is you want to change with the service providers, the way we are operating, and the way they are adapting to the new changes. What's you will address to them? You have the magic wand now.
I think that it's something that we are, already doing. At a certain extent, being part of the same conversation is not just a conversation, a customer and a vendor or a system integrator. The ecosystem is made by a large number of players, and being able to be part with in a leading mode, in a leading function with all the different actors, more and more, with the common goal to generate a return for everybody and enhance the capability of the industry, right, to grow and digitize and cloudify. I think it's what would be the way we want to see it, and I have to say we are already starting to see it.
Yeah, and I think definitely it is always aspects of change and people embracing the change, and also their risk appetite in actually modernizing the way we are operating to harness for the benefit. So Gianluca, thank you so much for being with us. Definitely you enlighten us as well, the customers, our viewers, our listeners around the globe, for really what's happening, as if they are here with us in Barcelona and Mobile World Congress. So thank you for being with us.
Thank
really
you
appreciate
very much.
it. Thank you so much.
You.